What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and it seems for most people, Cyberpunk 2077 is their most highly anticipated game of the year, and for good reason. CD Projekt Red has proven that they are a pro-consumer company, and they have spent so much time on Cyberpunk, and a lot of people are looking forward to what they have in store for us. But we have some more information about it that tells us just how immersive and different this game is going to be than maybe some people even expect. And we also have some news about a scam going around that revealed a little bit more about their plans for a beta for this game. First of all, let's take a look at the news we got today. Now, this is from about a month ago. Cyberpunk 27 developer warns about playing the game like it's GTA, and that caught a lot of people by surprise because I think a lot of people see the Cyberpunk landscape and they said, wow, it could be like GTA, just, 100 years in the future. However, there are ramifications for playing the game like it's GTA. This is what was said at the time, and then we'll get into the new details we have now. This is from Max Pierce. If you want to go out on a rampage and have no remorse, then you've got that option, and that's fine with us, said Max Pierce, a level designer on the game. However, once you start to play the missions and see the amount of options you have, I think players will stop and think a little before doing something reckless. We've seen a lot of people default to that GTA mode, and after a little bit, they realize how things are different and adjust how they play. And of course, the thing about Cyberpunk 2077 is it is completely going to be customizable to the individual. Whether that's coming to who you are playing, whether it's coming down to the size of your package even, or whether it is actual gameplay. No playthroughs are going to be alike. That's what they have told us. And the reason that they said this, don't necessarily play the game like it's GTA or you might regret it, we found out later today. Cyberpunk 2077, or yesterday, reveals promising new details. Cyberpunk is scheduled to release worldwide this November on all the consoles. And so far, it looks like not only a 2020 Game of the Year contender, but a contender for the Game of the Generation. It simply looks impressive. And here's the crazy thing. There's so much of the game we haven't seen. It remains a mystery. According to CD Projekt Red's Miles Tost, the Polish studio has an entire team dedicated to open world design, which I think that makes a lot of sense. And this team is pretty big thanks to the complexity of this game's open world. Speaking about their open world, Tost confirms that following the completion of the prologue, players will be able to explore the entire game freely. But this comes with a lot of design headaches, but it sounds like the team has it figured out. And that is one of the reasons that it got delayed back until November, because they had everything they wanted in place, but there was just bugs that they weren't comfortable with. Because when we say open world, we know that oftentimes that just means big. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can do whatever you want. There's a lot of games that are quote-unquote open world, but you can't do certain things. You can't interact with the environment. You can't kill anybody you want. This game is different. Not only can players almost immediately explore the entire map, but they can cause utter chaos in it. And unlike Grand Theft Auto, there are serious implications for this. For example, you may kill a quest giver or cause so much chaos you will be a big target of the Night City police, who will label V as a cyber psycho. Making things even crazier, there are other cyber psychos running around the city who you can run into, and those encounters will play into the story. So specifically when you look to killing quest givers, if you just go crazy, you get a rampage, you get a shootout, and you just blow up a building, whatever you want to do, and you kill someone who you're going to have to go to later, that is going to affect how you have to play the rest of the game. That person's not going to respawn. That's what that's telling me. This person isn't going to respawn at some time. You don't have to wait 30 minutes and come back to get the quest. No, they're just gone forever. So that could really impact how you have to play this game. And of course, all the choices you make will impact everything around you. As you progress through the game, it will take into account your choices, your background, and spit out something different depending on what these choices are. Lastly, Tost confirms there is environmental destruction, though for now it's unclear how complete this feature is and how it will tie into a player's ability to cause chaos. Now, all this stuff happened on like an hour-and-a-half interview. I'm not going to go through and find the timestamps for it. But those were the big takeaways from Miles Tost and what he said. And like I said, I find all that really intriguing. That is what I want. I want the ability to make all the choices I possibly can, whether that's down to how my character looks, how my character plays, but most importantly, how I want to progress through the story and how I want to approach the game and want to play it. If I want to play it GTA style, just kill anybody with no repercussions, or if you want to take a more tactical approach. I think that's really interesting going forward for Cyberpunk. But again, like I said, we also found something else out just the other day. Now, this is from PC Gamer. Watch out for Cyberpunk 2077 beta scams. CD Projekt Red has warned prospective players that invites are fake and it has no plans for a beta. Now, that bottom line right there, no plans for a beta, is one of the things that came out of this. Although the big headline is, hey, there's a scam out there, don't click on it if it invites you to a Cyberpunk beta. The real thing is that they don't plan to do a beta. So I want to talk about that a little bit. You can see the tweet here from Cyberpunk. If you recently received an email claiming to be granting you beta access to Cyberpunk 2077, it's not from us. Unfortunately, there have been more than a few of these sent out the past few weeks. When we contact you via email, it's always from @cdprojectred.com address. And I will also say kudos to CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk for putting out this statement, alerting players to this scam. There's a lot of companies, a lot of developers who wouldn't have said anything because honestly, it's not us, not our problem. That's the consumer's problem. CD Projekt Red is not one of those developers. 2 of 2. Same goes for content creators. We always reach out directly from @cdprojectred.com domain. If you're being contacted by a third party claiming to be working with us, you can assume it's not genuine. So that's what was put out by Cyberpunk. And then when one person remarked this, will there be a beta? Cyberpunk 2077 comes out and says, we do not have plans for that. Sorry. And I do think that's interesting that there will be no beta with a game as big and as immense as this. I think a lot of people were expecting that there may be some sort of beta just to kind of iron out the kinks, because ultimately there has to be some. When you launch something this big that you have been working on for so long, the idea that they're not going to be a beta for other companies might be a little worrisome. I did a video just the other day over on the Gaming with Geeks channel about Halo Infinite planning on not having a beta, and I said that would be worrisome to me, especially when they're implementing the free-to-play multiplayer, that they won't have a beta for that game. 343 might not have all the bugs worked out. For Cyberpunk, I'm willing to grant a little more leeway, as I have done over and over again with CD Projekt Red, like when they delay the release of this game, because I trust them to not release the game until it's right. So I have a little more faith in CD Projekt Red, but at the same time, the idea that there won't be a beta is a little concerning, but I have faith in that developer. What do you guys think about all this? What do you think about the revelation that if you just play this game like Grand Theft Auto, there could be some serious repercussions going forward as far as what you can actually do in the game, who you might kill that you're supposed to talk to later on that you won't be able to now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.